Before you spend a single roll in NTE 1.3, check which skin track you're actually feeding. Zankou and Nanally have limited boards running together. Your limited board roll count moves when you roll on either one. Their skin perks don't. That's the trap. Say you put 25 rolls into Zankou and 25 into Nanally. The shared count has moved by 50, but Alluring Perks is sitting at 25. Tiger Perks is sitting at 25. Neither board has reached its first 50-roll cosmetic guarantee. Nothing vanished. You just fed two different skin tracks. Once you see that split, the whole pull decision gets easier. We need to know how long the boards run. We need to know whether you have old Nanally progress. And we need to know which reward path you actually care about. Both boards arrive in the first half of version 1.3. Zankou's Alluring Shadows and Nanally's returning the Ichi-daime open with the August 19th update. They close on September 9th at 5:59 in the morning, UTC +8. The preview says each half lasts 21 days. Both boards feature Mint, Edgar, and Adler as their A-class characters. So you have time. You don't need to make this decision just because the new board is flashing at you. One wording detail matters here. NTE says the roll count is shared across limited boards that are running at the same time. It doesn't call that character pity in this explanation. The preview only uses the word pity later when it talks about arc research. I'm keeping those systems separate because there isn't one giant pity meter covering everything. Think of the character boards as one shared roll count sitting above two private skin tracks. Alluring Perks belongs to Zankou's Alluring Shadows. Tiger Perks belongs to Nanally's the Ichi-daime. A roll can move the shared count, but it only moves the skin perks track for the board where you spent it. Each board guarantees its featured cosmetic claims at 50, 120, and 200 rolls. You might land one of those rewards earlier from a board tile, which is great. But if you're budgeting around a guarantee, only that board's own total gets you there. Nanally also has a carryover rule that can completely change the choice for returning players. If you left the Ichi-daime at 50 skin perks rolls on its previous run, the returning board starts from that saved 50. You don't go back to 0. The catch is that the board name has to match. All the Ichi-daime progress stays with the Ichi-daime. It doesn't turn into Zankou progress, and it isn't a universal cosmetic balance. Before you spend anything, open Nanally's board and check. Someone coming back with 50 save rolls is making a very different decision from someone starting at 0 on both tracks. Now, is Zankou herself worth pulling? The official showcase presents her as an incantation main DPS with two combat states, Reality and Illusion. Reality carries the Hunt buff, which boosts the damage she deals. Changing states can also apply the Hard Trench damage over time effect. Her basic loop is built around moving between those two states. That tells us what to test. It doesn't hand us a day 1 tier verdict. When you play her trial, pay attention to 3 things. Does the state switching rhythm feel good? Does your account actually need an on-field incantation damage dealer? And if you also want her cosmetics, do you like them enough to stay on Alluring Shadows for the glider, Sirocco livery, or Autumn vignette outfit? If her kit clicks, but you don't care about the cosmetics, the shared roll count gives you room to move. You can switch between the two character boards. If the cosmetics do matter, switching boards is exactly what slows down the guarantee you're chasing. Nanally is the other side of that choice. Her returning the Ichi-daime board has the underboss of the underboss glider, Tiger incoming vehicle livery, and Phoenix kick outfit. If one of those is your target, that is the track to feed. The same goes if you already have progress, save there. I'm not trying to rank Zankou above Nanally or Nanally above Zankou. The useful decision comes before a tier list. Pick the board whose cosmetic path you would actually finish. Then there's Arc Research, which sounds similar but uses a separate budget. Zankou's limited S-Class arc is Ravenous Blade through the Spellbound Special Program. Nanally's returning arc is Ready through Tiger Special. Those special issue arc research programs share their pull count and pity progress with each other. This is the system where the official preview actually says pity. They use tri-keys or the matching program keys described in the patch notes, not your character board rolls. Plan the character board and arc research separately. The special issue R programs still share their own progress with one another. Before any of that spending, grab the fixed free resources you qualify for. Eligible accounts receive 300 Annulith for maintenance and another 300 for bug fixes. That's 600 Annulith total, but the eligibility line matters. Your character had to be created before maintenance began on August 19th at 6 in the morning, UTC +8. Circle Gifts adds 10 solid dice after 7 total login days. Other version 1.3 events list Annulith, fabricated dice, and more rewards. Most of those listings don't give exact quantities. I'm not adding vague rewards into a made-up grand total. If the official source doesn't give us a number, it isn't part of the fixed budget yet. Lucent Tides is where the Fons budget gets rough. All 15 boxes cost 19.88 million Fons if you stay on Fons, or 12,980 Annulith if you stay on Annulith. You can switch currencies box by box. Just don't let the cheap early boxes hide what the back half costs. Can the event earn that Fons back from zero? Not from the clean resets. A max 700 stamina account can collect about 8.04 million during the event. That's 840,000 from dailies, 3 million from 3 new Tycoon fun cycles, and 4.2 million from 6 weekly stamina refills. If your opening day daily, stamina, and fun allowance are all untouched, that ceiling rises to 9.76 million. Event rewards and cafe income can push it higher, but those vary by account. So for a full Fons clear, I'd still want about 10.1 to 11.8 million already saved. That doesn't automatically make it bad value. It does mean every Annulith you spend, there is Annulith you no longer have for banners. If pulls are your priority, decide how far you're willing to go before the next box is sitting in front of you. The two big Fons purchases are much less urgent. Still Meadow House costs 6.9 million Fons, and the Sirocco vehicle costs 4 million. That's 10.9 million Fons for both. It's a lot, but neither purchase expires with the 21-day banner half. You can work toward them without treating them like a deadline. So where does that leave your actual pull plan? If Zankou's cosmetics are the goal, keep your skin perks progress on Alluring Shadows. Use the trial to decide whether you enjoy her reality and illusion loop. Then keep the 50, 120, and 200 path on that board. If you want Nanally's cosmetics, or the Ichi-daime is already holding old progress for you, stay on the Ichi-daime. Same name carryover only helps when you keep rolling on that same name board. If you only want a character and truly don't care about either cosmetic set, you have more freedom. The shared limited board count can move with you between the simultaneous boards. Just remember that the 2 skin perks total stay split. And if you're still unsure, take the fixed rewards, finish the 7A login, and play both trials. Then wait for real performance testing. You'll be deciding with more information. Don't let an escalating mystery box or a half-finished cosmetic track make the choice for you. Keep ARC research in its own column. Its special issue programs share count and pity with each other, but they don't merge with character boards or skin perks. The expensive mistake in version 1.3 isn't choosing the wrong DPS on day 1. It's assuming the skin track follows the shared roll count. It doesn't. Check your old Nanally progress, pick the cosmetic path you actually want, and roll with that destination in mind.